Hey girls, welcome back to my channel. A lot of you have asked me to explain how to remove product with a drill. In this video, I'll show you how to do it, how to deal with lifts, and which bits to choose. I'll explain how to remove the product following a specific pattern and show you where you might make mistakes that can damage your natural nails. Here are my nails with an acrogel overlay. You can see there are some lifts. So there are two materials for removal bits, ceramic and titanium or carbide, but we're still talking about metal. It doesn't really matter which one you choose. Each has its pros and cons. Ceramic bits are sharper, produce coarser dust, and are easier to vacuum, but they're more fragile and can break easily. Titanium bits are more durable, can be sterilized at high temperatures, but produce finer dust that's harder to clean up. You can pick whichever you prefer. I like ceramic bits more. Now, about the shape. It's super important that the tip is rounded. A cone shape is even better, like the first two. The third one with the rounded tip is okay too. But if it's too bulky, it'll be hard to work around the cuticles. The last two don't work because they have pointed edges that can damage your natural nails if you're not experienced. Each size has a different color. I'll show you the three main sizes. There are others, but you won't need them. The coarser the grit, the faster you can remove the product, but it's riskier for beginners because it sinks in quicker and takes off a larger layer of product, which can lead to reaching your natural nails and damaging them. So the green bit is not suitable. You should choose between the blue and red bits. I recommend the red one because, as I mentioned, it works slower and removes thinner layers. If you have a thick overlay, you can start with the blue bit for the upper layers to speed up removal and then switch to the red. Before we start, let me explain the removal pattern. You should divide your nails into 3 zones. We start with zone 1, using the center part of the bit to remove from top to bottom. Then we move to zone 2. Rotate the drill as indicated by the arrows and still use the center part to remove the product. Finally, we move to zone 3 and follow the arrow's direction to go around the cuticle with the top part of the bit. Set the drill to the maximum, with the direction going forward, and only work with the center part of the bit. Keep it parallel to the nail and maintain a distance from the cuticle. Rest your finger on your thumb and support the hand with the drill either on the table or your other hand, whichever feels comfortable. You should apply light pressure on the product, moving from top to bottom. The pressure should be even, and you need to remove a uniform layer. Always keep moving. After one pass, shift, and then do another pass. Now let's move to zone 2. Look at how I hold the bit at an angle. Remember the arrows in the pattern. Rotate your hand and go to zone 3. Now we're working with the tip, being careful not to touch the cuticle. This is why it's important to have a tip that's not too bulky and not square. Take your time and make short movements. We can also cut the length, always going forward. The most important thing is not to cut the nails too short because there's often a pronounced hyponychium under the nail, and you could hurt yourself. So, check underneath. I'm going to thin out the entire surface, always following the pattern. How do you know when to stop? You should avoid reaching your natural nails. You can only do that in the cuticle area if there are lifts. You should reach the base, so you need to see your natural nails and be able to slightly bend the free edge. If it feels stiff, you need to file some more. I stop and grab a 180 grit file to better define the nails. The transitions between the natural nails and the base should be blended. Be careful here too. The file should only touch the base, not the natural nails, or you risk overfiling and causing damage. And that's it. I'm done and have washed them. Let me show you on my pinky where the base ends and my natural nail begins. You see this thin line. Above it is my natural nail. Now I'll show you how you can practice and where you might make mistakes that could damage your nails. I'm applying this color as our base. The orange is our semi-permanent, and then I'll add a top coat. Look at how you might accidentally poke through. Why does this happen? Because the pressure isn't even. You're not removing layers uniformly. You're not following the pattern, and you're filing wherever you feel like it, lifting the bit too high, and not supporting your hands properly. See how we've already poked through the base and caused damage to the natural nail? Notice how I'm properly supporting my hands. I'm applying a bit of pressure, but it's light. Another very important thing is when you lift the bit to reposition it. If you lift it too high and then touch the surface again, you make a hole. You need to slide over the nail and lift the bit just a few millimeters. I'll define everything with the file. Look, girls, this could have been your natural nail. I hope this video is helpful and helps you understand removal better, because it's super important to do it right. I recommend practicing on a tip first, and once you get good results, you can move on to your natural nails. Let me know in the comments if you liked this video. I'll see you next time. Bye.